So hello guys, this is the man BFP4F here once again, back at you with another gameplay commentary. And in this gameplay commentary, we will be taking a look at the AKS-74U submachine gun for your engineer class. But before I do that though, I would like to give a quick shout out to forceonelol for actually suggesting this gun in the comments. If you guys want a shout out, just message me on YouTube and you might be given a shout out. And also about the gameplay was a bit on the long side though, so what I did was fast forward some stuff. So yeah, hope you don't mind fast forwarding of some stuff, because otherwise the gameplay would be around 14 minutes long, and I don't think that you guys would want to watch a 14-minute long gameplay. But I managed to cut it down to around 7 minutes, so yeah, hope you enjoy. It is a really good gameplay with the AKS-74U, which is actually one of my favorite submachine guns in Battlefield Play for Free. I would also like to note that this gameplay is before the nerf. As you may or may not know, during the making of this video, there is some testing going on in the PTE. They are buffing the AKS-74U, and they're giving it more ammo and less recoil. So yeah. So my opinion may or may not change about the weapon. Alright, where do I start? The AKS-74U is a Russian submachine gun, which has some good sides about it, but also a lot of bad sides. One of the main downsides that you might encounter when using a gun for the first time is its ammo count. It has 15 bullets per magazine, and yes, you heard me right, 15 bullets per magazine with 5 magazines extra, making you have a total of 75 ammo. Alright, basically that means that 15 bullets per magazine is basically nothing. Some pistols even have more than that, like the 93R. So if you're using this weapon, I recommend that you use something like Casket Max or Stingray Max to buff up the ammo, or buff up the ammo and damage. The AK-74U fires at around 600 rounds per minute. It says here that it fires at 450 rounds per minute, but I think that someone did some testing and actually found out that it fires faster than that. Also, the rate of fire is not exactly 600, it might be a bit below or a bit above. I'd have to check that, but you know, just keep that in mind. You're not at a particular disadvantage if you're using this gun at close range, because I think it just fires exactly the same speed as all the other submachine guns, not including the 989-1. The projectile velocity of the AK-74U is 500, which is a bit below average. I would say average is 550. But if you have something like a heavy barrel, precision barrel, or a predator barrel, then I'd use that on it because it basically increases it, so you won't have to lead your targets as much at long range. But seeing that it is a submachine gun, it doesn't really matter because you won't be using this gun at long range anyway. But it could be helpful to pop off a quick single tap shot at long ranges if the person has low health. The deviation of the AK-74U is actually quite a bit, so you don't want to go fully auto on your opponents at medium to long range, but you'll be fine at close range. But just keep in mind that you might want to burst every few seconds, so maybe do a 4 to 6 shot burst at close to medium range, and at long ranges I would do no more than 2 or 3 shots. The AKS-74U has one big downside to it, which a lot of people do not like. It's the recoil of the weapon. The recoil of the AKS-74U is more than all the other submachine guns in Battlefield Play for Free. But a lot of people don't really like that because all the other SMGs have such low recoil, but they have low damage. But the AK-74U has more damage than all the other submachine guns, but the problem is it still lags compared to assault rifles. So you basically have a weapon that has high recoil, but high recoil but a bit above average damage for a submachine gun, but still have low damage compared to an assault rifle. But if you use some correct attachments and practice with the weapon, The recoil can be controlled like in the gameplay, and you can have some really good fun with the weapon. The reload time of the AK-74U, AKS-74U, I have to say, is a bit. It is quite fast. It's not that slow as something like an MP5, but it's not that fast either as something like a UMP45. The reload time of the weapon is exactly 4 seconds, which is good enough to duck in and out of cover, having a fully reloaded mag. But seeing that the base gun only has 15 bullets per magazine, it kinda limits yourself. So I'd recommend reloading in spots where you know you won't encounter any enemies, or just reload under cover. The damage of the weapon, as I said, it's quite high, and let me quickly list them for you. At close range, you'll be dealing 28 to 30 damage. At medium range, you'll be doing 23 to 27 damage. And at longer ranges, you'll be doing 13 to 70 damage, whereas other submachine guns do around 10 to 12 damage at that kind of ranges. So as you can see, it does have more higher damage than your other submachine guns, but it still lags compared to something like an AEK or an actual AK-47. Alright, now about the attachments that I was using. I was using the stabilized stock, Stingray mags, Predator barrel, and the red dot. I was using the stabilized stock just to make the recoil more controllable. So now I have less, actually not a lot of side to side recoil, but mostly upwards, so it's way easier to control. Something like a tactical stock would also work really well on it. And Stingray max, because it's actually the only thing I own. But basically I wanted to buff up the damage even more along with the ammo count, because it does have low ammo count. And the Predator barrel, as I said before, the gun does have a slower projectile velocity than other weapons, so I wanted to buff that up quite a bit. And about the iron sights of the weapon, they aren't bad at all. Actually, they're quite nice, I'd have to say. But I prefer using something like a red dot on it, because it makes my shots more accurate. But it's not bad if you do not have the red dot, just so you know. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. It's on Myanmar, a map which I don't usually play, but I'm starting to like it more and more with my engineering class. But hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay commentary. This has been the man BFP4F, and I'm out.